Welcome to the Private Practice with Soul podcast. My name is Dr. Brooklyn Storme, and I help private practice owners align their business back with their soul's calling, with their big vision and with their soul's purpose. Unlike other private practice coaches, I've traveled the world in search of spiritual resources, spiritual tools, education and information so that you can have the transformation that your soul desires and needs so that you can up-level your business. How much fun is this? I love it so much. Guys, if you're not already a member of the Private Practice Monthly Mentorship Group, please check out the show notes. I would love for you to be there. In the meantime, thank you so much for pushing play today. Let's begin. Hello everybody, I hope that you're doing super duper well today. Welcome to all the new listeners. Thank you so much for joining. Go back and listen to some of the other episodes. I know that you're going to get a lot of value out of them and I can't wait to hear your feedback. But today what I'm talking about is something that I love, and I could talk about this all day long. Okay, are you ready? I want to talk with you about how you can use oracle cards in your business to help you with your private practice. And I want to talk with you about 3 or 4 ways that you can use the cards. Of course, I go into this in a lot more depth and detail in the private practice method, but I wanted to give you some ways that you could get started. And so this is so much fun. I guess the first thing to understand is, how to pick your oracle deck. And for me, I guess the easiest way is to just allow myself to feel. I am very, very, I'm clairaudient, I'm claircognizant, and I'm clairsentient. So I tend to feel into things a lot. That's like my dominant clair. So I feel into things and I want to look at all of the boxes of oracle cards. I want to see the artwork because I'm very visual. I love pretty things. And so I want to be attracted to the artwork. That's number 1. And then number 2, I want to have a look at the function of the cards because, as you know, they're so different, aren't they? I mean, you can get cards like I have the Divine Feminine Oracle because I love, that kind of stuff. Today, I got 2 new decks that arrived. One is called Archetype cards. The other one is Daily Crystals. I've got Work Your Light. I've got Gabby Bernstein's cards. I've got Law of Attraction cards. I've got tarot cards, everything. And I think the best way that I could advise you of getting cards is if you can, try and pick them yourself, or you might be fortunate enough to have somebody very special around you that, gifts you a deck of cards. Now, if you receive a deck of cards, that's very, very special because they've got good energy coming in with them. So even though they might not appeal to you, might not like the artwork or whatever, they're going to have good energy, and it might just be that they're not a great fit for you now, but they definitely could be a good fit for you later on. They should get you inspired anyway. Okay, so that's how I pick my cards, and I'm addicted to them now. You just don't want to use them as a crutch. But today I want to talk with you about, using them in your business. So one of the ways that I love to use my oracle cards is in the morning. I have this morning ritual. So I wake up at 7:10 every morning. I'll meditate. I listen to a guided meditation for 10 minutes. That takes me to 7:20. Then I'll get up and I've already set up my coffee percolator. So I'll just press start on that. And then I'll go into my sacred space, which is I've got this lounge room that I just love. It's like, how some people have a formal lounge room? It's kind of like that. And it's got like this little fireplace that's wall mounted, and it's got all my books and crystals and stuff like that. So I love this space. And what I'll do is I light a little candle and I light some incense, and I can hear the coffee percolating away in the kitchen. And I will do a body scan and just check in with myself, see, if there's any tension or anything like that. And then I will start journaling. So I always journal to 3 questions. And then what I do is I draw a card. I draw an oracle card. And the reason why is because I want to set my intention for the day. I want to know what I need to know. I want to know what I need to be aware of or what I want to be focusing on for the day. And sometimes it's good to get out of my own head and be open to receiving guidance that might be completely left of field that perhaps I would not have considered or thought of otherwise. So I find it very expansive, and just like shifts the energy for me in a really valuable way. So what I'll do is I'll shuffle the cards, I'll pull one, I have a look at it, and then I'll just sit with it for a moment and I'll wonder about it and I'll ask myself questions about what it means, how it's showing up in my practice at the moment. Is it limiting? Is it expansive? Is it something I want to hold on to, or is it something that needs to be released? And I think about how I could do that. Or is it just something really that I want to hold in my mind as I work with my clients or as I do my admin for the day? You know what I mean? And so that's the first way. And honestly, I have been using oracle cards as part of my morning ritual for maybe the last 8 weeks now. And I don't know that it's only that part of the morning ritual, but since I've had this morning ritual in place, I've noticed massive changes and massive up levels in a big way, which I'll tell you about on Saturday because I'm so excited about it. You won't believe it, but anyway, yeah, I probably should have done that podcast today, but I've already been teaching everybody about oracle cards today, so it made sense to do this podcast on oracle cards. Anyway, so that's the first way, by using them to set an intention for the day. I find that to be super duper helpful. The other way that I use them for my business is to inspire content. I know, can you believe it? What a fantastic idea, right? So if you're like I am, which I assume that you are, because we've all come together, because there's obviously, over 1,000 of us now that all kind of share similar interests. So I'd say nearly all of you have this interest in either manifesting or spirituality as well as health and running your business, right? So this is a safe space where we can talk about all of this integration of spirituality and our work, don't worry. But what I really love about using the oracle cards is, as much as I like to schedule content, I also like to do content when I'm feeling inspired, like today. And so what I can do is I can shuffle the cards and I can set the intention while I'm shuffling or before I'm shuffling that, I want to get guidance or clarity around what you guys need to hear right now, or around where you might be struggling right now, or about a challenge that you're experiencing, something like that. And I want to get some guidance about what it is and how I can help, right? People say be of service. So anyway, I'll shuffle the cards and I'll just see what comes up. And then I will use that as the context for the posts that I prepare, or the podcast I talk about, or the blog posts that I write. Okay. So, if I pull a card, so I pulled a card in the training that I did for the Girls in the Private Practice Method today, and it said to take a break. So if that card came up and the topic was take a break, I would write content around that, and I would really think about it in a way that was relevant to you guys. And I would ask myself, okay, what does taking a break mean for women who are running their own business in the health industry? What does it mean for them to take one? What does it mean for them to not take one? You know what I mean? Like, what comes up for them when they're thinking about taking a break? What might be limiting them from self-care? What might be helpful for them to hear now? And so that's what I mean. Like, I will use that oracle card topic as the framework for brainstorming all little subtopics, and then I'll pick a few that really stand out that I think, oh yeah, I'd really love to hear about this right now. Like even yesterday I did that. There was I meditated on it. What happened was, okay, I'll just share this with you. I'll just be totally transparent here for a moment. Okay, so I moderate this group, and it's got like 3,500 social workers, counselors, and psychologists in it. And I love being in that group, right? And a couple of weeks ago now, I asked everybody if they wanted some guidance around setting up a private practice. And people were like, yeah, that'd be great. And so then what I did was I recorded a 3-part mini training series on setting up a private practice, right? Let's like your practice in the way that you really, really want to run it, because I'm all about alignment, of course. And so anyway, I put it all together, and then in the group, I went in and I said, hey guys, I've put something together for you. Here you go. If you're interested, let me know. I'll send you the link. You can go and start watching them. And it was like 85 people said, yes, I would love that. Right? So I was overwhelmed, and I was thinking, wow, this is great. This means I'm on the right track. What I'm doing is resonating. You know, my messaging must be on point. And I was like so happy. And so I sent every single one of these people the link to get the training. Okay. And then I just thought this is going to be so much fun. They're all going to watch the training, and then they're all going to like comment on how helpful it was or how useful it was, or they're going to send me an email wanting more information about something that I discussed, or they'll have a question that they want me to answer for them. And I was really excited. So I was waiting for feedback, and I was waiting for, email and messenger and stuff like that. But it was crickets. And that's not happened to me before. And I was thinking, what's going on here? And I started to think, oh my gosh, maybe I was way off base. Like maybe they didn't want this, and maybe I did a really bad job of it, and maybe I stuffed it up, and this is embarrassing. And, so all that sort of came up. And so I didn't want to follow up with anybody because I was embarrassed that nobody had said anything, and that I was getting these crickets. And then anyway, so it was like, I don't know, 2 or 3 days ago now. So they should have finished the training about 2 weeks ago. So I gave them time to maybe catch up, because I know not everybody can do it on the spot, even though all the videos were only like 10 or 15 minutes. Because I'm very conscious of our time as women. I know a lot of you are mums. I'm not. I'm a mum to a fur baby, but not a real baby. I couldn't imagine what that's like. My dog's enough, But anyways, I'm very mindful of your time. So, of course, I'm not going to do 3 1-hour videos. Anyway, so I thought, yeah, okay, I'll follow up with everybody. And I was like kind of nervous about it, but I did. And so every single woman that said she wanted the training, I sent her a message, and I was like, hey, just want to check in with you and see how you went with that training. How'd you find it? Was it okay? Have you got any feedback? Did it answer your questions? Like this, right? And I just sent out, 85 follow-ups. And yeah, I've not done that before either. So that was huge. And then messages started coming back, and I didn't want to look at them because I was so nervous. Anyway, every single person that wrote back, and there were about between 20 and 30, every single one of them said, I'm so sorry, Brooklyn, I haven't had a chance to watch it yet. And they all had different reasons for not watching it. A lot of them were doing exams. Others were just busy with work due to COVID and stuff like that. So I get it. So I'll follow up with them in another couple of weeks and see if they've had a chance to watch it. But where was I going with this? I've just gone off on a tangent. I'm sorry, guys. I was talking about inspiring content, wasn't I? Oh, yes. And so anyway, I thought, I think it was yesterday or the day before, I thought to myself, okay, I've got all this feedback for all these women who desperately wanted the training but haven't had a chance to watch it because they've all been busy. And so I went to my journal and I journaled on it. I did a meditation, I meditated on it, and then I pulled an oracle card. And you wouldn't say I oracle carded on it, but yeah, I read the card and I took that on board. And then I realized what I could do to help these women was give them a quick and dirty way of creating space for themselves, energetic space, so that they could do the training or do anything that they've been wanting to do but haven't had a chance to yet. Okay. And so what that led to was I came up with 3 journal prompts, which they didn't even have to journal. They could just answer it while they were driving. They could quickly glance at it while they were having breakfast, but it would just give them enough to like ask the question and mentally they could answer. And it was designed to help them, as I said, create that space. And you know what? I got really good feedback from that, which was awesome. But that's an example of how using an oracle card allowed me to gain insight as to, how I could be the most helpful to my audience. Okay. Now, I don't remember what card came up, but it was something that inspired the idea of, help them find ways of finding time, Brooklyn. So there are 2 ways that you can use the cards in your business. Use them to set an intention for the day, the week, the session that you're about to have, the month, the quarter, the year, but also use them to inspire content that you feel your audience really, 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 truly, really, really might benefit from hearing. Okay. It's just going to get you off that hamster wheel of buying everybody's journal prompts and buying everybody's social media calendar, because that's somebody else's energy. That's not your energy. And so if you're not getting the referrals, if you're not getting the bookings or the appointments or the inquiries that you want to be receiving or the volume that you want to be receiving them in, perhaps it's because something's off with the energy, especially if you're using tools that are other people's. As I said, those tools are probably fine, but they're working for the other person because it's the other person's energy that's in her tool. I want to empower you to create your own tools with your own energy so they work for you. Make sense? And this is one of the ways with which you can do that. I know how cool. I love it, love it, love it, love it, love it so much. As I said, all this stuff is discussed in the private practice method. But guess what else? There's something else that I want to tell you about. If you love manifesting, you are going to love this. I have been doing a beta program. We're in the 2nd cycle now, and it finishes in 2 weeks of a manifestation program for women in private practice, and it is just going off. Like some of the results these women have been getting already, and they only just finished their first ever cycle 2 weeks ago, and some of them had like the most mind-blowing breakthroughs, and I'm so proud of them and I'm so happy for them. I love them so much. These women, oh my gosh, I just want to put them all in my room and just keep them here because I'm so proud of them, and I just want to show them off, like I couldn't be happier for them. And it's a real credit to their desire to be courageous and try something a little bit new and a little bit different. And I feel like you guys listening also like things that are a little bit new and a little bit different. So not today, but on Saturday, what I'll do is I'll put a little link for some more information in the show notes so that you guys as podcast listeners can come along, get some more information about the manifesting program. You are going to love it, and I can't wait for you to hear more about it, and I can't wait for you to start it and share it, and I can't wait to connect with you in a Facebook group because it'll be so nice to actually get to, hear voices, so to speak, see faces, so to speak, and to interact with you. It's going to be amazing. So, of course, I'm going to look after you guys as well with a founding members rate. So stay tuned for more information on that. It's going to be so much fun. All right. Have a beautiful rest of the day. Thank you so much for listening. And I look forward to hanging out with you again on Saturday when I'm going to tell you all about the most amazing thing that's happened to me spiritually for my business over the last couple of days and how you can have it too. Okay. Bye, guys. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of the Private Practice with Soul podcast today. If you're looking for clarity, if you need help with branding, your processes, and bringing everything into alignment with your soul's purpose for your private practice, head to the show notes and click the link for more information about the Private Practice Monthly Mentorship Group. You are going to love it. I can't wait to see you in there. Thanks so much for listening. Bye.